Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. My name is Chris Capper and we're at Transwest Truck Trailer RV just in the foothills of the snow-capped Rocky Mountains. And I'm so happy to show you a brand new 2025 Winnebago Revel 44E. This is built on the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter chassis, which is on the 2500 chassis. And it's on a 2-liter, 4-cylinder, high output diesel engine. So with that, we're going to have 211 horsepower and about 330 foot-pounds of torque. You're going to be able to tow 5,000 pounds behind you and 500 pounds of vertical weight. What's really great about this is it's a really great system to get you up to the mountains if you want to go skiing, snowboarding, fly fishing. If you're like me and you like to go whitewater kayaking, this is the perfect vehicle to get you and your family, your loved ones up there safely. And one of the cool things is 4-wheel analog brakes. We've got a little extra suspension on this baby. And so even if you are in some of that deeper snow, you should be fine with that all-wheel drive system. And you'll notice that I have these BF Goodrich All-terrain tires, KO2 tires. So these are really good going off-road in certain environments. Don't get too crazy with that, but this is going to get you to a lot of places that most RVs cannot get you to. And then they've also upgraded with the nice black aluminum rims on that, which look really nice. So it's going to be in that Tannerite gray full body paint package here. And then if you'll notice, I've got this really nice foot running board right here just to help you get up, because it is a little bit higher, so it's easier to get up on everything, and it's nicely labeled with the Revel. Now, when we're looking out here, most of the time you're going to want to be cooking outside, right? And if you think about how high the Airbnb and the VRBO rates are right now when you're trying to get out there, I'm going up to Vail Mountain Games in about a month, and those prices are not inexpensive. So if you want to get your family out there to save you some money, sleep in your own bed, have your own bathroom, your own toilet, all that stuff, this is a great vehicle for that. Now, you guys know, being a cook in the Navy, I love cooking. And what we have here is the true induction cooktop. So this is just the most modern technology. What's really nice about this is I can plug this in right over there, and that's going to be taking the power off of that 8,400 kilowatt hour or 8,400 watt hour Lithionics battery. Plus we have a what is it, a 3,600 watt inverter with this. So I'm going to be able to cook on here all day long. So I can fry some eggs up in the morning out here while I'm watching the sun come up. It's really great. And what's great about the true induction cooktop is it's not going to put any exhaust into the coach if you're cooking inside. You don't have to worry about put extra propane or fuel or anything with that. It's all electric. Additionally, with this, I can set the temperature of my cooktop. So if I want to boil some water, I can just set that at 220 degrees, a little bit higher than the 212 necessary, so I won't get those boilovers, right? And if I'm frying eggs, I might set that at 280 for frying eggs. But if I want to just sear a nice prime ribeye on this, I can get that really hot, sear that. Another option you have too is that you can set this for the precise temperature like I mentioned. So I can set this at 400 degrees or 350 degrees, and I can also have a timer function, so I can set that for 4 hours. So I can use this kind of like a slow cooker. So this is going to handle all of your cooking needs, whether you're stuck inside because of bad weather, or if you're able to be outside and cooking up under the stars, whatever it is, the true induction cooktop is going to be able to take care of you. So really nice addition to the Winnebago family, what we're doing here. And then I got this nice sliding door. You'll notice lots of windows on this, so you're going to get nice light on the inside. So if you are stuck in there, you are covered. Right above that window, you're going to notice my 10-foot Carefree awning. It does have wind sensors in it, and you can see the nice LED light strip. So you can have that out there if you got a light sprinkle. And if a little bit of wind does come in, if it senses that, it'll take it in. It's always best practice if you know it's windy to not have it out, but it does cover you on some of the lighter stuff. So if we're looking at the back of this coach, let's start at the top. We have that nice roof rack up there, and that's going to hold the things that you need it to hold. 210 watts of solar is up there too. You notice right behind that roof rack, we also have 13,000 BTU air conditioner. So that's one of the additions that we added to that. right below that is going to be my high def camera. So that's going to be able to see really all around you. So this has cameras to where if you're parking in tight spaces, you kind of get that bird's eye view looking straight down, the way that computer system is mirrors or joins all those images together. I can get a really tight trailer view, so I can see when I'm hooking up to my trailer or my tow vehicle. I can also see a very wide view on that. And if I'm backing something in and it's really tight, I can also not only see the back, but I can also see the side views. So it's just a really good camera system. It also, when you're in reverse, it's going to show you not only where the direction is, so when you have that steering wheel cranked over, it's going to show you exactly where that's going to go. What's really cool about it, it's going to show you the kick out. So it's going to show you the front where it's going to go to. So if it looks like you're going to hit that pole, it's going to let you know. Now, below that, you see we have this really nice ladder that's going to get you to the roof. So if you want to store some stuff up there, you certainly can. Me and my kayaking buddies, I'm sure we'd load a bunch of whitewater kayaks on there. It is the season. I'm hoping to get out on Sunday. Got a lot of water recently. So this is a great vehicle to get me up there and attach that. Alternatively, I could actually just attach my kayak right to this. So there's a lot of mechanisms to do that. Down here is going to be my 5,000 pound tow hitch, which is going to tow up to 5,000 pounds. Or a lot of people are going to put just a cargo container. You can put up to 500 pounds on that. And what's really neat on this right here is I have a 7-way plug. So, and one of my customers who just is picking up an Echo in about 45 minutes. I'm really excited about that. We put on a brake controller for them. So we could also do that for you on this as well. We have award-winning service tech, so you can get that taken care of. So let's go ahead and open her up. And you'll notice that these open very wide. So I just am able to just really get in there and just like have this nice and open. Now, we'll start at the top again. So I've got a nice mosquito bug net on this. Forgot to mention that I do have that on that opening door. I'll show you that when we go back inside. But this right here, I just release these two latches here. This comes down, zip it in, and then I have a little magnetic piece here, so you can, with some Velcro, so you can easily get in and out without having to unzip all that again and zip it back up. So if you'll notice, I've got this cargo net right here, which is down, and this right here just kind of attaches right up here. So, and that way, we can clip this in right here, and then we have a really good detail crew, and sometimes they get in there and just make sure everything is nice and clean. Oh, got to get one on this side. Anyway, so with that right there, you can actually put extra gear here, and then I'll pop this down. And then also we have on this one right here, a nice little bag, so I can put additional gear there. And then I also have two pieces here that I can pop that in, and then I can also clip things with a carabiner or whatnot. One thing that's really neat for the 2025 Revels that they added was just this nice little seat right here, so you can sit right here. It's just perfect seating opportunity. So you can actually sit in here, chill out, talk about the rivers that you're going to go kayaking down or rafting down or hiking up the mountains. And then we also, I'll get to this in a moment, but we also have this L-track right here. And what's really neat about this system is that once the tie downs are in there, I can put my mountain bikes in here, my kayaks in here, whatever it is that I want to stow in here. Maybe I want to have some extra refrigerated or frozen goods, so I can actually take one of those nice Dometic coolers. I can have those strapped down. So you have 6 different ones of these. These are all going down into the metal, so you get really good attachment, and you can just kind of customize that how you want. Now, what I'm standing on right here is going to be, it's about 1 inch of a honeycomb material, which gives us a really good thermal break, which makes these so good for camping in the cold or the heat. And this is very scratch resistant piece right here, and you see it here as well, and also on here. So what that means is, like, if your dog's getting a little excited, or you're bringing your mountain bike in and that pedal catches that, or your buddies are just getting a little too rough with their kayaking. With that, it's going to minimize scratches and tears in this piece right here. So let's look over here. So I can just tell looking at this that this has the 8400 watt hour Lithionics battery, because I have this piece right here. So with this, you can remove these very simply by just cranking these over. I can take these off, pop that out, and then have access to what's in here. So these are just some of the extras that Winnebago gives you. A little hose here to empty that gray tank. And on the tank sizes, since we're talking about that, I have a 21 gallon gray tank, and I have a 35 gallon freshwater tank. So this is gonna help drain that gray water tank. A little hose right here. This right here is going to be a spray-on hose, so you can attach whatever you want right here. You can take an outdoor shower just by hooking this up right over here, and I'll show you that in a moment. So if you want us to maximize your battery capacity, we can put another 8400 watt hour battery in this for you. We work directly with Winnebago, with Lithionics. Lithionics batteries are made in Clearwater, Florida. They UL listed. It's one, I think it is the only battery, lithium battery that is UL listed. So this side right here is going to have your electrical stuff, and this side right here is going to have your water. So my fresh and gray water is going to be stored in here. And speaking of that, this is how you're going to fill that up. So freshwater inlet, before I leave the house, I can go ahead and fill that up right here. And then if I need to, I can use my water pump, hook up whatever shower system I want. If I want to use that one, which is fine with me, I can just hook that up right there and get hot or cold water right out of there. All my winterization valves are very easy to access. You can see this is currently winterized, but when you pick this up, we can either have it winterized or wet for you, depending on what you want. So really a lot of options with this, and all the space that you get is pretty amazing. So let me pull this Luna bed down. This Luna bed right here goes in the front, and so this gives us extra sleeping capacity. So the bed above us is 49 inches by 79 inches. With this right here, I think we have about 5 foot 5 inches. This goes in the front cab, and there's like a T between the seats. This goes across the seats. It inflates, and then there's also a repair kit in there too. So if you're in the field and there's a hole in it, let's say your dog got a little crazy, or your kid had his pocket knife in his pocket, and you can actually repair this in the field. So just, they're taking care of you. These are really a top tier addition to this coach. All right, let's move on around. I think I covered everything for now on this side. Almost missed, you got a little extra storage space back here too. So that's on both doors. So on here, you'll see this is a nice kick out right here. All these windows are gonna be dual pane acrylic windows, and it's gonna help minimize heat transfer, right? So the heat won't come from outside to inside or vice versa if you wanna keep it warm in there. I have a 30 amp smart plug right down here. If there's a problem with your power source, this LED strip around here will not be glowing white like it should, and this GLN will not be green. It will actually be flashing red here, and whichever part of your power source is bad, it will glow red there. If all of them are glowing, you know you got an issue with the power, with really any of those red. All right, so coming back here, you see this is my 5 gallon Cassette toilet. Very easy to operate. You just pop this out, and then you can just take this. Now, where am I taking this? I'm taking this either closer access to the sewer, to the septic, to the toilet, or to the outhouse. There's also a company that makes bags just for this. So when you're draining this, you want to have it preferably in this position. There's bags that you can get. They wrap right around here. You tighten it up, take this off first. You can actually empty this in the bag. It's got some of that diaper fill material in there. Empty it into that, and then seal it off. And they say you can just dump it in the trash. So If you need to extend your camping trip, there's another option. You could also just bring another one of those too. We sell that inside. You can lock this if you want, so nobody takes that. Right under here is where we're going to empty that gray tank. So very simple, you just hook up that tube right there, that sewer hose, and pop that knife valve. All your gray tank is going to drain. So very easy to access. Winnebago's done a great job. Another window right here. And then we talked about this being diesel. So when we're filling that up, you can just open this up, shut the door, open that, fill her up. 25-gallon diesel capacity. So, and then, oh, I'll show you under the hood real quick. So here, everything is very simple to access. So I've got my coolant here, my oil here. Some people ask me, where's the dipstick? It's all electric, so the coach is gonna tell you when you need to work with that. Brake fluid right here, windshield wiping fluid right here, diesel exhaust fluid back here. I don't know if I mentioned that already. And this is where you're gonna go ahead, and if you ever need to give this baby a jump, that's gonna be your positive terminal, and your negative terminal is gonna be right over there on the right side. So simple, easy. Winnebago Sprinters are used all over the world, delivering packages in the woods in Bavaria, or the southwestern United States desert. So they're just known to be just a great coach. Now on both of these, this will have 1,385 pounds of cargo carrying capacity, and you can take out your water, 291 pounds if you're filling that up. So plenty of cargo carrying capacity for all you need. All of my adjustments are super easy to access. I can access them here, here, and here for the seats. There's also two latches underneath there, one to move it forward and back, and the other one will twist this seat around so it will be part of the rear. So both of these seats have the same adjustments, plus I have a lumbar control so I can raise that up or down, and I can inflate or deflate by using this little pad right here. So very simple. I've got some Mercedes tools, like most if not all Sprinters are going to be right under there. I've got a hydraulic jack right under here, so just you can store whatever you need. And I don't want to forget, so right here I got a light, but I also have these two huge 22,000 lumen lights, so 11,000 each. I have the covers off them today. I have them running. These will be running off of your Lithionics battery, so not running off your AGM battery. Now you don't want to be running those when you're going down the road. People aren't going to like that too much. The controller is right there by the steering wheel. I can show you that in a moment. And then one of the things that I want to just make sure I mention, mosquito net here, that just comes straight down. And again, it's easy to get in and out even with all that attached because this is all magnetic. Not going to keep your dog in. So let's come on in here. Before you get in all the way, let me show you this nice 3.2 cubic foot refrigerator freezer. So I've got 1, 2, 3 shelves to access, a little freezer area, so if you want some ice or some cutlets, and then also some places to put your water or whatnot in the door. And then this opens up, and what's really neat, so typically I'm going to have my induction cooktop under there. This is a nice bamboo style cutting board. You can just cut this, cut what you want, cut some onions. My wife's always asked me to cut the onions at home. And then some storage area under there. But if you're just prepping food, making some sandwiches, this does come out, so it extends my countertop. So why don't you come on in? I'm gonna pop this down in here so you can see this bed. It's on the Eurolift belt track system. Another new piece that they added for 2025 was this little privacy screen. And what's really good about that, I'm catching this. What's really good about this privacy screen is it also keeps the cold air in here. So here I am in the bedroom, and I'm gonna, normally you'd be on the other side. So if you look at this, so my feet are against that wall. So I'm about 6'1" with these boots on, and I got a little extra space over here. Nice window, you can open that, let some air in. shut the screen or shut the blackout shades. So really nice system. 2 little puck lights, reading lights. I can turn those on and off right here. And what's also really cool is little holders here. So I can put my phone in there, have my phone attached to either a USB-A or a USB-C connector right here. And then I also have a 110 outlet over here. Really nice system. Right above me is going to be the air conditioner. So it's one of the options that we added with this because it can get a little bit warm and we don't know where you're going. So this is going to just keep this coach nice and cool for you. And what's neat about this is if I really want to maximize my coolness in here, I can shut that privacy shade down, right? I can also have the air coming out each side, forward and rear. And I can also open these vents and I can focus them on me. So if my wife and I are sitting here, I'm gonna have both of these on me, I guarantee you. And that's gonna keep me nice and cool during those hottest of hot days. So, and by the way, it's a nice comfortable system. I've got the Scandinavian style slats down here. And then my motor for this belt-driven Eurolift bed is right there. So if you ever have to work on it, that's where it is, not too hard to access. So looking at this bathroom, a little tight in here. Let me get this open in a way you guys can see it. So it's not just a bathroom, it's also a gear garage, right? So however you want to use it, I've got 31 inches by 26 inches here. So I've got my cassette toilet here. I've got this nice shelf right here. So if I'm using this as an actual bathroom, I'm probably not going to have this in it, or I can just take it out during bathroom time. Above here, I've got a little fan. So I just pop this up, hit the fan on. It's going to exhaust that hot, humid air. Place to hang your towels, your swimsuits, whatever it is that you need to dry. For me, kayaking, my dry suit, and all that other gear. Another new thing for 2025 is we have these nice little foldable baskets. So when you're not using them, they fold down, and when you do need them, you can put your gear in there. So they got 2 of those, hot and cold water right here on your shower. It's got some winterization fluid, so I'm not going to pick it up right now and get that splattering everywhere. But if we look down here, I've got a place to store things if I want to keep them dry. So a little spot right there. Maybe I have my shampoo or conditioner or soap or whatnot in there, and then I have my toilet paper in here, and this does seal, keeping that nice and dry. Got a nice little shower curtain up here too. Now for privacy situation, first Winnebago changed the door. So I have this door, butterfly door, so they both open right here. Nice little mirror here if I want to shave. And then I can also open this piece, just give me a little additional privacy if let's say I forgot to close off the front. So very simple to access, drains right into the gray tank. And then when you're driving, all of my latches right here will show me if they're open or not, because I have this little red crescent. So when that is closed, it's a compression lock, so it's actually compressing that. What's really cool about the 2025 Revels and having the compression locks, I'll show you how that works. When they close, they get to the right spot, and then they just compress it down. So you see how that goes up and down? And what that's doing is it's locking onto here. So when I'm driving, I'm gonna have less noise of these guys rattling. So as one of the things that Winnebago always listens to their customers, Winnebago's been around since the 1950s. Very few companies have can say that. And they've just been an innovator throughout. You'll notice that these are felt lined, so that's gonna help mitigate noise while you're traveling, and also gives a little bit of traction so things don't slide around as much. Now under there, got a little area here. So whether you want to put your Dawn power wash or your Bronner's soap, whatever it is you want to hold right there, right above your sink, hot and cold water on the sink. This does come out, so I can, my wife starts saying something I don't like, I can just spray with this. Just kidding, babe. I got spray and flow. And then we have a nice stainless steel sink right here, so I can wash my dishes, my pots and pans, and all that. Under here, not a lot of space, but I do have a little bit of space. So Winnebago has kind of opened that up, gave me some stuff there, so I could also, another place I could keep my cleaning utensils or whatnot. I'm sure you're gonna find a nice home for that. You'll notice that these open. So these are the tie down pieces here to tie down into the L-track. This right here is gonna be my max air fan. So what's really neat about this, and I'll show you that in a moment, I can set that at like 80 degrees. So if I have my dog in here and I'm just going having some lunch with my wife outside, if it gets above 80 degrees in here, it'll go ahead and open that fan. So that fan, if you want to pan up, it's going to be right over our head. Hope I don't get you seasick. And that's this right here. And so that's just going to go ahead and open up and just kind of pull that air in. You can also have it push it down. What's really neat about that is that when I have these windows open, partially, I'll show you that in a moment, it's gonna just pull in that air and I can still keep this coach nice and locked up. So more storage here, and then nice storage right here. So I've got extra, these two metal pieces on each side just to hold that in. So if I have some cereal, some oats, if I wanna make any of that, I can just keep that all right there. So a nice little pantry door. So come in over here, I have let's pull this out a little bit. So I have a nice table right here that comes out, and this table just attaches right over there. You can adjust the height of the table. It also rotates back and forth. And then if you don't want the table active, you can just tuck it right out of the way. Convenient little snap. Now you notice that I was able to move this forward. I can also recline these. So this is really neat. I can also pop this out. So I just did a test drive with a wonderful couple from Arvada yesterday on a Revel. And I just popped this out a little bit to give me a little bit of room, and also able to recline that some. So I could recline that even more, pull that forward. 3-point safety harness right here. And then I do have the child seat tethers right here as well. Really nice system to get you and your family where you want to go safely. So I talked about those dual acrylic windows. Those open, they'll catch where you want them to, and then you can release that completely. And then instead of sealing it all the way in, I can seal it partially in. And so you'll notice I have a little bit of extra space. So with this down and that fan on, it's going to pull in fresh air in here. Hot air tends to rise, so it's going to be up here. It's pulling in fresh air, coming up, pulling it out that fan, keeping this at a cooler temperature. Now, we talked about our battery system. So this right here is a Winnebago EcoFlow battery management system, so I can see what I'm at. I'm at 99%. Gives me the available time based on my current state of usage, and I can also hit my inverters on with this. Input, I'm getting 147-ish watts from the solar panel. Got dual alternators, so when I'm driving, I've got an extra juicy alternator to charge that battery up. With both batteries, 2 hours of driving is going to charge them up fully from 10% to 100%. With one battery, is probably going to be about half of that. So everything here is very easy to access. Now, Timberline is just absolutely amazing. Hope you can see that, but this is the best in class system. It's a hydronic heating system. So here I can turn my heater on. This is going to be the diesel furnace, and this is going to be my electrical element. I can have rear, and I also have front, so I can have dual zones on this. I have dual heating elements, dual zones for each one, and this is just best in class. I can set it for daytime, nighttime, with the fan, manual, auto, so you can do all of that. So at nighttime I can actually have it cooler in here, and in the morning I can have it warm up. And you can just adjust everything here, very simple. This is a best-in-class solution. This runs right off of the diesel in your diesel tank. So great system. I've talked to some of my friends who are techs in the industry, have been doing it for a long time. This is the one that they recommend. I can check my battery levels right here, tank levels right here, and I can turn my water pump on. This is the controls for the bed. Right next to my face, I've got another spot right here. So I'm going to have all my Winnebago manuals here, two 110 outlets, a 12 volt USB-A, USB-C, and a roof port. So whether you want us to put a Starlink up there, maybe you want a WeBoost cell antenna up there, or a satellite dish, if you're old school and you want to watch TV that way, you can do that. Our techs can do it for you, but Winnebago has added a roof access port right there for you. All right, so let me just show you a little bit on the front here. Oh, and I don't want to forget, I got a little storage space down there. So here, this is going to have all the modern conveniences and safety that you'd expect on any Winnebago. And this is going to be Mercedes. So what this is telling me, I have cruise control. I can set that cruise control. It is adaptive cruise control. And what's really neat about that is with that cruise control on, I can set the length that I want this to react. So in a snowy environment, I'm gonna give as much space between me and the van or car in front of me. And if I'm in traffic, maybe I'm gonna tighten that up a little bit. But this has an emergency braking system on it. It's called Active Brake Assist, and also has adaptive cruise control. I have electronic stability control, all these really cool things. And you can access pretty much anything on this or on this. You can access just about everything through here, through your home, your little adjustment pad. So you see I'm adjusting that. Here I can do the same thing through this. I can pair my phone up to it and just tell it, I have a Mercedes. I just tell it, you know, call my wife, and it just dials her number. It's really, really good. And above here, I've got the little SOS. If the airbags deploy, it will automatically, once this is registered, alert them. I have a service button right here, and then all my reading lamps that you could imagine right here. Now back down here, before we head off, just gonna show you some of these settings right here. So electronic stability control, active lane assist. On this, it sees where my parking is so I don't hit something. Tells me what, I always keep this on visual, not audible, tells me what the speed limit I'm in. We keep them all on. You can turn them off if you want. I recommend keeping them on. And then, so just lots of things. I also want to mention this button right here. So if I activate this right here, when I'm going downhill, it's going to utilize the braking system and the gear system to keep you from getting too fast. So it's a really nice piece. I'm gonna turn those lights off right here. Now in reverse, we talked about this. So you see how that just shows me where I'm gonna go, shows me where I'm gonna kick out, shows me that way. Now if I wanna get a tight view, it's gonna look right there and I can see, okay, I'm not quite lined up with where I wanna get to, but this is really sweet. It's a really tight system. I want to make sure that I'm not going to hit something, these two big semi trucks next to me, and I'm backing it in. I can see directly down. So it really gives me a side view. That's nice. Let's say I'm going forward and I'm parking. It's going to also show me my forward view. So that's looking straight in front. So if you're pulling in and you're not sure that you're going to get too close, you can actually activate that. So it's a really good system. I've got sonar on there as well. I'll put that back in drive. Again, Sirius XM, all the stuff that you would need. I think I covered just about everything in here. For height, we are 9'11". So if you have a 10-foot garage, this should fit right under it. I drive slow and look just to make sure. 19 feet 6 inches you need in that garage to store that. And we're 6 feet 5 inches wide. So again, we're at Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We're looking at a brand new 2025 Winnebago Revel 44E. I want to thank you so much for joining me. You can reach me. My name is Chris Capper. I'll take great care of you. My number is 813-333-2988. Thank you so much. Happy camping.